Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap and welcome to the Finance 360-degree sessions in which we cover all the relevant and important finance current affairs and the RBI notifications which are important from your examination point of view. So good morning everyone. I can see many of you students have joined and good morning to everyone. So today we are going to discuss two important news articles. The first one is regarding the IFC that has extended $500 million to HDFC Bank. So what is this IFC? Okay, how it is related to the World Bank Group? Okay, you know that such kind of static things are important from the examination perspective because in the RBI Grade B we have seen direct questions from the WTO, from the World Bank, from the IMF. So you need to have the basic idea about what is going on in the current affairs and how it is linked to the static part. So this news article is very important from the banking point of view as well as from the static point of view. So we will discuss it from both ends. Okay, next news article is regarding the TReDS platform RXIL that has crossed 1 lakh crore rupees in MSME invoice financing. So first of all, TReDS in itself is very important. In the previous year there was a direct question in the RBI Grade B from the TReDS platform. Okay, 4 participants of the TReDS platform was asked in the examination. So you can understand that this is important and we will have the clarity today that what is TReDS platform, what is this RXIL. Okay, so let's start with it without any delay. But before that, we have a big announcement that we are conducting the mega scholarship test for the RBI Grade B, for the SEBI Grade A, for the NABARD Grade A examination. Okay, and this is from 25th May 2024 10 a.m. to 26th May 2024 11 p.m. That means you can give this examination at whatever time you wish in between these dates. Okay, so that is the idea. You can register for free and you will, if you pass this scholarship test, you will get this save up to rupees 22,000 and that is a big opportunity for you, I can say. Okay, so this is a mega scholarship test in which you will be asked 40 questions and the cutoff will be 20 marks only, and you can, if you are able to reach this cutoff, if you are able to pass this cutoff, you will be able to get the scholarship and you will be able to save up to rupees 22,000 in any of these examination courses. Okay, so this is a big opportunity for you all. I hope you will be availing this. At least you will be testing yourself that how much well prepared you are. Okay, so 40 questions will be from the current affairs and specifically from the current affairs of April 2024. Okay, so I hope you will be availing this opportunity. This is a mega scholarship test which we are conducting from 25th May 2024 to 26th May 2024. This has been kept open so that you can join in and you can give the test as per your time. Okay, so this is for free and you can join and you can save up to this much for any of these courses. Okay, so I hope you will be availing this opportunity. Now starting with the first news article, that is the IFC extends the financing to HDFC Bank. IFC is the International Financial Corporation. So it has financed $500 million to HDFC Bank. Now HDFC is a private bank. Okay, HDFC is a private bank. This is the largest private bank in India. It is aiming. So IFC has financed $500 million to HDFC Bank with the aim to support lending for income generation purposes, fostering the financial inclusion and socio-economic growth in the country. And the main purpose is to lend this much amount to the women in the country, to the underserved or unserved women in the country, so that the loan can be provided to them, the money can be provided to them so that they can start their own business, they can indulge into the income generating things. Okay, and to include them in the financial system of the country, to grow the country in the socio-economic manner also. So the main aim is to support the women, especially the micro loan has to be provided. The micro loan has to be provided to the women in the semi-urban and rural areas. This will have increased access. So they will have increased access with this loan, with this finance that the IFC has done. So simply the IFC, it is the International Finance Corporation that is a part of the World Bank Group. So we will discuss about the static about this World Bank Group and the IFC, but simply it is an international organization. It is an international institution that has given $500 million to HDFC Bank, that is a private bank in India, so that the aim of this financing is to for the SDFC bank to reach out to the women to provide the micro loans to the women, so that the women can start the income generating activities. They can start their own businesses, they can indulge in the training also, they can indulge in the income generation, as well as to include the women in the financial system of the country. This kind of step has been taken by the IFC. IFC has provided the lending, or IFC has provided the financing to the SDFC bank, so that the SDFC bank can use this money to provide the lending to the women for the development and for the financial inclusion of the women in the country. Okay. So this is the idea. IFC's new financing has been done to the SDFC bank. Let me tell you that IFC, International Finance Corporation, this prioritize the private sector. And IFC, its main task is to develop the private sector in the developing countries. So IFC's new financing has happened to the SDFC bank. Now this money has been provided to SDFC bank to boost the access to finance for the underserved or unserved women and drive inclusive growth in the country, in India. So this is IFC, that is the International Finance Corporation, that is a part of World Bank Group. Okay. So IFC extends $500 million to SDFC bank to ramp up, to increase, to improve the micro loans, the small loans to underserved women borrowers in India. So that is the idea. Okay. Now why SDFC bank has been chosen? So why SDFC bank has been chosen? So the bank with a long-standing history, of lending to women will use. So SDFC bank has this initiative, Sustainable Livelihood Initiative. This is the initiative. So the SDFC bank has the Sustainable Livelihood Initiative. So this Sustainable Livelihood Initiative is the SDFC bank business line responsible for microfinance lending programs exclusively for women borrowers. So SDFC bank has this kind of Sustainable Livelihood Initiative. Through this initiative, the SDFC bank is providing the microfinance to the women borrowers. So IFC's loan, the loan that has been provided by the IFC to the SDFC bank, will further enable the SDFC bank to grow its micro credit and micro lending to the women, especially allowing the self-help groups and the joint liability groups borrowers to graduate to individual lending schemes. So currently there are the self-help groups and there are the joint liability groups that are enrolled in the Sustainable Livelihood Initiative. So they collect the money and they distribute the money, or they give the money to the member women that require the money at a particular time. So let's say in the self-help group there are multiple women. Now they are collecting small amount of money, and then to a single woman or to one or two women that require the money at that time, the loan is given to the women. The collected money is given to the women. Okay, so this is how the self-help groups and the joint liability groups work. But now, with the help of the IFC, with the money that the IFC has provided to the SDFC bank, these self-help groups, these joint liability groups, they will graduate, they will improve to become this individual lending schemes, because more money will flow to these particular groups, to these particular joint liability groups. So these are the women that want to start their business, that want to do some income generating work. So more money will be provided to them. Okay, so this is the complete news article. And why SDFC bank has got this kind of huge financing from the IFC? Because the SDFC bank has Sustainable Livelihood Initiative mission that is going on, and this example you can even use in your answer writing if any question comes on the gender equality, or any question comes on the women empowerment and something. Okay, so the Sustainable Livelihood Initiative is a holistic model aimed at empowering the women at the bottom of the pyramid in the unbanked, underbanked segment of the population. So the areas that are underserved or unserved areas, okay, in the rural areas, in the semi-urban areas. So this Sustainable Livelihood Initiative was reaching to such women and was empowering such women. There was the self-help groups and the joint liability groups that were made under the Sustainable Livelihood Initiative. And now this initiative will further be boosted with the help of the IFC, that is the International Finance Corporation. So IFC is a member of the World Bank Group. There are 5 institutions under the World Bank Group. So I hope you remember that in 1944, there was the Bretton Woods Conference that happened. Under this conference, there were two institutions that came forward. Now, who can tell me that which were those two institutions? In the Bretton Woods conference, there was the establishment, there was the discussion regarding two institutions, and these two institutions, which were these two institutions? Which were these two institutions? Very good, Sarish. But it was not World Bank at that time. What was the other institution name at that time? You have to tell me that. IMF is correct, International Monetary Fund, but in 1944, it was not known, the other institution was not known as World Bank. It was known as IBRD. Okay? Yes, it was known as IBRD. So in the Bretton Woods conference, there was the establishment of IBRD and IMF that happened. IBRD is the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So at that time, the Second World War was just ending, and there was the reconstruction and development that was required for the economies that were broken by the war, that were hit by the war. So there was the reconstruction and development that was required. So the Second World War was at the ending phase, and it was recognized that we have to help the economies that have been bombarded, that have faced the downturn because of the war. So we have to help those economies. So there was the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development that was established. So this was the international bank that will help the economies hit by the World War II. Okay, so this was the idea, and the other institution was IMF that was established. Now the IBRD, as the Japan, Germany and such countries that were hit by the World War II. So these countries have developed now. So the reconstruction is not required anymore. That's why this IBRD was later on known as the World Bank. Okay. Now there is a World Bank group that consists of 5 institutions. So remember, these are the 5 institutions: the World Bank, IDA, that is the International Development Association, IFC, that is the International Finance Corporation, MIGA, that is the Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency, and the ICSID, that is the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So World Bank, or this institution, this particular institution, this provides the loans to the credit-worthy economies, to the middle income and poor economies. So to the middle income countries and to the poor countries, the loans are provided by the World Bank. Assistance is provided by the World Bank. The IDA, that is the International Development Association, this provides the loans, majorly the interest-free loans, to the poorest of the countries. So IDA provides the loans to the poorest of the countries. Now what is the task of IFC? The task of IFC is to grow the private sector in the developing countries. So International Finance Corporation improves the lives of people in developing countries by investing in private sector growth. So HDFC Bank is a private sector. So the IFC has provided the lending to this private sector bank so that further the women can be empowered in the country. The MIGA, the IFC promotes the foreign direct investment also, and the MIGA, it protects the investment that a developed country is doing in the developing country from the political kind of risk. Like if coup happens, if dictatorship starts, so what will happen to the foreign direct investment that the US has done in Pakistan? So that is protected by the MIGA. Okay. Then there is the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes. So this is for the settlement of the disputes between the countries, or between the investor and a particular country, between the foreign investor and a particular country. So this is the part of the static portion. But as we are discussing about the IFC, you need to have the basic idea that when the World Bank or when the IBRD was established, and what is this World Bank group, what are the 5 institutions, what do they do, where are they established? So where is the World Bank group is present right now? So it is in Washington DC. So basic understanding, basic idea you require, because the direct questions can come in the examination. Okay, so I hope you will read about all of these institutions yourself, and you must have studied this in your static part. Okay, now this is the details that have been given in the article also, that the NBFCs are the one that are providing including the microfinance institutions and small finance banks. They are the major lenders to the women that are seeking the loan for income generation purposes, accounting for nearly 65.7% of the total microfinance lending in the India. So out of 65.7% of the total microfinance lending in India, there is the major lenders, NBFCs, including the microfinance institutions and small finance banks, they are the major lenders to the women seeking loan for income generation purposes. That is accounting for nearly 65.7% of total microfinance lending. And collectively, they have reached approximately 47 million clients with an aggregate gross loan portfolio of this much amount. Okay, so this is the basic idea that NBFCs are the one, including the microfinance institutions and the small finance banks, they are majorly lending to the women. But microfinance institutions, they are highly fragmented, they have limited capacity and they face higher funding cost. In this context, the IFC has helped the HDFC bank that has the reach to different parts of the country. That is one of the largest private sector banks, so it has reached to major parts of the country, and so the IFC has funded the HDFC bank so it can help the women through its self-help groups, through its joint liability groups. Okay, so that is the basic idea. Now everything is clear? Give me a thumbs up if till now everything is clear. So now going to the second news article, that is the TReDS, that is the Trade Receivables Discounting System. This platform, the TReDS platform RXIL, crosses rupees 1 lakh crore in MSME invoice financing. So India's first, see the TReDS, the Trade Receivables Discounting System, it is an electronic platform. It is a electronic platform. In total, in India, we have 3 TReDS platform. One is RXIL, the other one is M1 Exchange, and the other one is Invoice Smart. So these are the 3 TReDS platform that we have in our country. RXIL is India's first TReDS exchange platform. So India's first TReDS exchange platform is Receivables Exchange of India Limited, that is RXIL. This has surpassed INR 1 trillion, that is 1 lakh crore in invoice financing of MSMEs. So this much of invoice financing, nearly rupees 1 lakh crore of invoice financing has happened through the RXIL for the MSMEs. So to understand what is this, what is invoice financing, you have to understand that what is TReDS platform. So TReDS is an electronic platform for facilitating the financing or discounting of trade receivables of the MSMEs. So simply we have understood about the bill discounting now. Same process is happening here. Let me explain you. So see, let's say a small supplier, a medium enterprises or a micro enterprises, it is supplying the product to the buyer. Now the buyer is saying that I cannot pay right now, I will pay after 1 month. Now this supplier do not want to lose the buyer because he is a continuous buyer. Okay, so the supplier do not want to lose the business. So that's why the supplier will say that, okay, I am giving you the product that is worth 1 lakh rupees. So supplier is giving the tables worth 1 lakh rupees to the buyer. Now buyer is saying that I will pay after 1 month. Now the supplier is saying that, okay, this is the bill invoice and you can pay after 1 month. But supplier is a very small seller. So he requires the money right now for the further business, for investing the money in the raw materials. So the supplier requires the money right now. So supplier has supplied the goods or services to the buyer. Now buyer is not able to pay right now. So supplier logs in to the TReDS platform, to the RXIL platform or any of the TReDS platform. The supplier logs in and uploads the bill invoice. So this invoice is known as receivables. Okay, for the receivables, that how much money has to be received by the supplier. So the supplier logs into the TReDS platform and uploads the invoice for the receivables. Okay, the invoice is converted into factoring unit. Factoring unit is nothing else, it is a standard nomenclature, it is the standard name used for the bill invoices. So bill invoices are converted into the factoring unit that consists of all the information regarding the buyer, the account number of the buyer as well as the account number of the seller. It has all the information regarding the amount that is 1 lakh rupees, the trade that has happened between the supplier and buyer. So the invoice is converted into factoring units for the bidding. Now there are many of the banks or many of the NBFCs that want to bid for this bill invoice, for this factoring unit, because they are bidding that, okay, I will pay 80,000 for the 1 lakh bill invoice, I will pay 90,000 for the 1 lakh bill invoice, I will pay 95,000. Okay, so the bidding will happen like this. But first the buyer has to verify and approve the invoice. Once the buyer verifies that yes, it is true that I will pay 1 lakh rupees after 1 month, then the financiers bid against the factoring unit. Some are saying 80,000, 90,000, 95,000. So the highest bid, that is 95,000, it is selected. So 95,000, supplier accept the most favorable bid. So for the supplier, the 95,000 is most favorable. So TReDS M1 generates. So here we are talking about M1 exchange, or it can be RXIL, any of the exchange. So there are 3 exchanges, RXIL is one of them. So TReDS M1 generates settlement instruction for debiting the financier. So money will be deducted from the financier account, from the bank or from the NBFC account, and the money will be credited, will be sent to the supplier. Then later on, after 1 month, what will happen? That the TReDS M1 generates settlement instruction for debiting the buyer account. So buyer account will be debited and the money will be sent to the financier. So this is the complete idea of the TReDS electronic platform. So you can understand that how beneficial the TReDS electronic platform is. The TReDS platform is for the MSMEs. The MSMEs that require the money right now, but they also do not want to lose their business, because MSMEs, there are many MSMEs that are providing the material to the government departments, but the government departments or many of the private big entities, they cannot pay at the same time. Let's say they have to take many of the signatures, they need 1 month or 2 month time, but the MSMEs require the money right now for their product, because they have to continue their production process, they have to continue their business. So suppliers or the MSMEs, what they can do, they can go to the TReDS platform, they can go to the RXIL or to the M1 or to the Invoice Mart. They can go. These are the 3 TReDS platform in our country for now, the 3 major TReDS platform in our country right now. So let's say they are going to the RXIL, and supplier logs into the RXIL TReDS platform and uploads the invoice for the receiving the money. Now the invoice is converted into the factoring unit. The complete information is provided to the for the bidding is provided in the factoring unit. Factoring unit has all the information. Buyer verifies and approves the invoice. So let's say it is a government department that is verifying. The buyer verifies and approves the invoice, and then the financier's bid, the most favorable bid, will be taken by the supplier. So supplier right now has got 95,000. Supplier does not have to wait for 1 month. Now the financier is paying to the supplier right now. So supplier does not have to wait, and the financier will get 1 lakh rupees after 1 month. So financier is making the profit of 5,000. So this is the TReDS platform. So TReDS is an electronic platform for facilitating the financing or discounting of trade receivables of MSMEs. So the bill discounting is happening in a way, the bill that was of 1 lakh, that was discounted, and the supplier got 95,000. Okay, multiple financiers are there, so that the supplier has the choice. These receivables can be due from corporates and other buyers, including the government departments and public sector undertakings also. So now try to understand that the RXIL, that is the India's first TReDS exchange platform, has surpassed rupees 1 trillion or rupees 1 lakh crore in invoice financing. So that means rupees 1 lakh crore worth of invoice financing has happened for the MSMEs, and financed over 50 lakh invoice. So 50 lakh invoices were financed, that was worth rupees 1 lakh crore. So this is the complete TReDS platform. Clear? So RXIL, it is a joint venture promoted by SEBI, that is the apex financial institution for the promotion and financing of MSMEs. So SEBI is the institution that is promoting the growth of the MSMEs. It is the Small Industries Development Bank of India that promotes the small industries, that promotes the MSMEs. So the RXIL, it is the joint venture between the SEBI and the NSE. Okay, National Stock Exchange. So RXIL, this was established on December 3, 2016. RXIL facilitates the financial growth in the country by providing MSMEs the access to credit or the access to discounting their bills. Okay, so here this is the RXIL platform that you can see. It is a joint venture of NSE and SEBI. So buyer buys the goods from sellers and has to pay at the end of credit period. Let's say after 1 month the buyer has to pay. Okay, so RXIL settles payment from, so here RXIL enable buyers to accept invoices uploaded by seller. So invoice, seller will provide the invoice to the buyer. So seller provides goods and services to large buyers and raises the invoice on the buyer for payment after credit. Okay, so seller is selling the product to the buyer and is raising the invoice. Through RXIL, the invoice will be transferred to the buyer. Okay, RXIL enables the financiers to buy the invoices from the sellers and also settle the payment from buyer to financiers. Okay, so this is the basic idea that what is happening, that the seller is providing the product to the buyer. Buyer cannot pay right now. Buyer will pay after 1 month. So seller is getting the money from the financier, and later on after 1 month the buyer will pay to the financier. So financial will pay to the seller a discounted amount. So let's say the bill is of 1 lakh. So financier is only paying 90,000. While when after 1 month the financier will get the whole 1 lakh rupees. So this is the whole process, okay, of the TReDS platform. So RXIL has more than 25,000 registered MSMEs. It has forged strategic partnerships with many state governments, ensuring MSMEs get timely payments. Okay, so it is a very very important platform. It is the India's first TReDS platform that is working closely with the MSMEs so that the MSMEs can get the amount, get the money immediately. Okay, so that is the idea. Now the TReDS is an authorized payment system and is also subject to oversight by the Reserve Bank of India under the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. So this is the complete idea. Now there are 4 participants in TReDS. So one participant is the MSMEs, the buyers, that can be the corporates, that can be the government departments, the public sector undertakings and such. Then there is the financiers, and the 4th member of the TReDS is insurance companies, because the financiers, they might require the insurance, that what if the buyer does not pay back the amount. So financiers require the insurance that can be provided by the insurance companies. So in the TReDS platform, I hope you have understood the TReDS platform. So the MSMEs, buyers, financiers, insurance companies, they are the members of the TReDS platform. There are the 4 members of the TReDS platform. Now one thing also that you need to remember is that the TReDS process can be initiated by the supplier, or the TReDS process can be initiated by the buyer also. That the buyer is saying that this is the bill invoice that I cannot pay right now, give the seller a particular amount and I will pay after 1 month. So this can also happen, that the buyer is going to the TReDS platform to initiate the process. So supplier can initiate the process or the buyer can also initiate the process. Usually it is the supplier that initiates the process. So this is the TReDS platform. Any confusion, anyone? Any confusion, anyone? Is it clear? Clear? Nice. Okay. So see, supplier, Aditya is asking that the supplier is facing the loss of 5,000 rupees. Okay. See, the supplier is selling its products for 1 lakh rupees to the buyer. Let's say the profit that the supplier is getting is 20,000. Okay. If the supplier is selling the product for 1 lakh to the buyer. Now the buyer is saying that I will pay after 1 month. But the supplier requires the money right now. So supplier is ready to forego 5,000 rupees of the profit, because the supplier requires the money right now. So supplier is getting, the benefit for the supplier is that the supplier is able to get the money immediately, and the supplier is also able to do the business with the buyer. The benefit to the buyers is that the buyer is able to pay after 1 month, and the benefit for the financier is that the financier is gaining 5,000 rupees. Okay, because the financier is paying 95,000 and the financier is getting 1 lakh rupees. Okay, so all the people, they are benefiting in a way. Okay, so this is the idea of the TReDS platform. This is the first question. I hope you will be easily able to answer this question. Now before showing you the other questions, let me show you the beautiful blogs that our team has created. So if you go to the website, that is edutap.co.in, So you will see this page. In this you can go to the free materials. The blocks are provided to you. So for any of the exam, if you want to know about the examination information, about the job profile, about the strategy, about the courses, about the success stories, so in regards to any of the exam, if you want to know about any of the information, you can just click to the exam information. So if you want to know about the RBI Grade B examination, okay, so here you can see the exam analysis, the difficulty level of the RBI Grade B, the eligibility criteria, everything, all the important things are provided here. So you can read these blocks. If you want to know about the strategy, that how to prepare for the government schemes, how to prepare for the current affairs, so everything is provided here. Even if you want to know about the success stories and the strategy that has been adopted by different people that have qualified the RBI Grade B, so you can know about the success stories also. So this is a very beautiful page that we have created, the blocks that we have created, so that you can get the free material, you can know about any of the examination, okay. So different examinations you can know about. If you want to know about the UPSC CSAT, about the RBI Grade B NABARD, about the SEBI and so, okay. And at the end of the page there is the join our Telegram channel. So through here you can join the Telegram channel, and let me tell you that in the Telegram channel you will get the PDF of the session, okay. So the link for the Telegram channel is also provided in the link for the Telegram channel is also provided in the description box below. So you can join the Telegram channel, and in the Telegram channel you will get the PDF, okay. So if you want to know more about the examination, about the strategy, about the success stories, so you can read the blogs, and they are very beautifully made by the team of our, okay. So now this is the first question. I hope you will be able to answer this question. This is the second question. So try to answer this question. These were the direct headlines of the newspapers, so you can understand that this becomes important. Now this is the third question. I hope again you will be able to answer this question. So directly the question can come that IFC has lent to what, okay. So IFC is a part of which head? It is the part of IMF, it is the part of World Bank, it is the part of WTO, so it is the part of World Bank Group, okay. So I hope you will be able to answer these questions now. So in the Telegram channel you will get the PDF of the session, and the link for the Telegram channel is provided in the description box below. If you want to know more about the MSAT, in the description you can get the link for the registration, and in the description you can know more about the MSAT, that is the mega scholarship test that we are conducting, okay. So if you want to know about the mega scholarship test, the link is provided in the description box below. You can check that out, you can know more about it, you can register through that link also, okay. So this is it. Any confusion, anyone? So give me the right answer of the homework question in the comment section. So let's see how many of you are able to give the right answer of all the homework question, okay. So I think everything is clear. There is no query that is coming up. So this is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the session. I will be closing the session now. You are most welcome Saurish, you are most welcome Muskan. Thank you for joining the session everyone. It is always wonderful to conduct these sessions. Test duration, you can like in the here like subsequent to me here, can you see the test duration? It will be 20 minutes I guess, okay. But in the description box you can know more about it. So negative marking is not there. Here it is written on 20-minute current affairs, okay. So you can know more about the MSAT in the description box below, okay. So thank you everyone. Thank you very much for joining the session. Yes. So this is it. Thank you very much everyone. Thank you for joining. And in the description box below you can know more about the, in the description box below you can know